Rappers and producers, how do you tell your fellow rapper friends and your fellow producer friends, man, you are marketing all wrong. You're promoting all wrong. How do you do that without coming off like a complete jerk? Let's talk about it. Rappers and producers, I was presented a great question at curtiskingbeats.com/Curtspiration in the Curtspiration suggestion box. Hit play said, how do I prevent coming off the wrong way to people when all I want to do is help others grow and reach their full potential? Well, that's commendable of you, especially the SoundCloud rappers, you put that in quotations, that don't understand the importance of music marketing and promotion. I know that there are a ton of talented artists in the Houston area around me, but they all insist on only posting a full mixtape to SoundCloud and then doing nothing extra and then blowing up like Lil Uzi, Lil Yachty, Smoke Perp, etc. Your thoughts and advice will be greatly appreciated. Thank you. Thank you for the question, Hit Play. I think that your question comes from a really good place. I think that you certainly mean well. I think that you want to help guide your fellow peers so that they don't put so much energy into their work and so little energy into getting it out to the people. And I think sometimes you can talk to some of these artists and producers until you're blue in the face and they just won't look at it any differently. To them, they're like, I think that I am unique. Everybody feels like they're unique for some reason. They feel like my work is significant. It's different from everybody else. And so when you see somebody like a Lil Perp, or you see somebody like a Lil Yachty, or a Lil Pump, my bad, Smoke Perp. When you look at some of these stories are sort of, they're not 100% true. They've been told a certain way to be simplified for the masses, so that when you think about somebody's come up, in your mind, you're like, oh, that's that one dude that had that one song, and that's how he came up. And that's all you need to know. That's what they do. They do that purposely. Even somebody from the tier of a Kendrick Lamar. If you remember, anytime he had an interview his first year, because I'm a huge fan of Kendrick, his first year, he was saying, I'm just a good kid from a mad city. Even before the album came out. It's part of their tagline. Their story almost becomes part of their tagline. Think about 50 Cent when he first came out. His whole thing was he got shot, 9 times? So you think about everybody has sort of this introduction, this simplification of their story so that their story can get a little bit more viral. It's easy to tell. People can share it amongst themselves. And so when rappers look from the outside point of view, looking inside the window at somebody else, window shopping somebody's success, what they start to say is, okay, I think I can get the same thing going. And you see what I said on Sway, and Sway even agreed, is that, once you see a blueprint play out, say somebody did come out with a song and that's what blew them up, that blueprint is gone. But I'm here to tell you that no matter what somebody tells you is the reason they blew up, or whatever their quote unquote, as Malcolm Gladwell would say, tipping point, which is basically the point in time when things do go viral, that's not what contributed to it. It's not just that. There's many different elements that go into that. So one, if you still insist on talking to them and having conversations with them, let them know that there's a lot more to the story. Maybe even finding some articles that say, look, there's a lot more to these people's story than just putting a mixtape out and just hoping that something catches fire. If they still have deaf ears to that, they're like, yeah, whatever, bro. I'm unique. I'm different. Yeah, I'm different. If they feel like that, sometimes you can't talk to them. Sometimes you got to show them the way. And this is something that I saw even before I started doing these Curtspiration videos, is that I would share a lot of the same information that I share with you guys on a regular basis. And I still would have people who were like, yeah, that's tight, whatever. But, have you done it? And I'm like, yeah, this is why I'm sharing it. I'm not just sharing it because I'm guessing this is going to work. It's worked for me and I'm hoping it can work for you. But sometimes the best teacher is not the verbal teaching. Sometimes it's the physical teaching. Sometimes it's being an example. Sometimes it's you literally getting out there and promoting a project of yours. Even I believe you're a producer. Whatever you are, producer, rapper, does not matter. Show them the way. Show them how to promote how you promoted your project, because the thing about it is, the same way that they're window shopping the success of these rappers that they don't know, they're going to window shop your success, especially because they know you. And then once they see something that you got, they're going to be like, bro, yo, I gotta holler at you, my man. Let's set up a meeting. Then you're going to have a meeting, and then they're going to start to listen to you a little bit more, a little bit more deliberately, because they're going to understand that this person has something that I don't have. So it's up to you how you want to use that teaching model. I use this platform as an opportunity to share ideas. In no shape or form am I telling you, yo, I got all the answers. I did everything right. Come on now. You know that's not me. I'm never sharing this information saying that it's the perfect way to do something. I'm saying here's one way. And since there's not a lot of people out here who are willing to share the information or even have access to the kind of information that can help them, I'm here to share this kind of information with you. This is my role. And this can be your role too as you're talking to them. And you're trying to see, why aren't they listening to me? A lot of times also, I think an overlooked thing that your purpose with trying to help these rappers and producers is noble. I think it deserves an applause. It deserves an applause because you're obviously thinking about more than just yourself. That says a lot more than a lot of these other rappers and producers out here. You got something unique in you. And I think you need to continue to pursue that. But you have to understand human beings. If you truly want to help them, you have to understand that everybody has a different way of accepting your teaching, of accepting your information. And if you're not talking to somebody and you're not conveying to them the value and what you're sharing with them, they're going to turn a deaf ear to it. I got it on my board right now. If you want to influence someone, you have to share with them, what do we have in common? Like what if you're trying to tell a rapper, a rapper's like, yo, I'm trying to put my mixtape out, but I ain't trying to promote it. You need to find some kind of common ground. You be like, you know what, man? Yeah, promotion is a pain in the ass, but it's necessary though. Well, why is it necessary? Here's where you can say, an opportunity for you to make the topic make sense. Make the topic make sense. Once the topic has made sense to them and you tell them like, look, well, promotion makes sense because at the end of the day, don't you want it to get to the people that need to hear it the most? Like, there's somebody out here that really rocks with you, but unfortunately, if you don't get enough retweets, you'll never get to them. And that person may account for, 80% of your sales, and they only represent 20% of your demographic. I never thought about it like that. The third thing, mention objections. So you may be like, I feel like, promotion is just a waste of time because everybody's promoting their music. That's your opportunity to say, you know what, I understand. There's definitely, a lot of music out here, but your music is not for everybody. Your music is for somebody very specific. So you find the objection and you attack it. And the last thing is present to them a heavenly solution and outcome. I got these 4 from Tony Robbins. He has this thing about influencing an audience, and I think it's absolutely brilliant. But the last thing he says is find a heavenly solution and outcome. Paint for them a picture of what that success is going to look like if they promote that project. Tell them like, look, you may not have the success of a little pump, but man, you may increase your fan base to the point where you can sell out your local venue. You may get so many plays, on your mixtape on that piff that you end up getting on the front page. You may have an opportunity to get some radio play with that one song if you promote it right. I think these things open somebody up to you, and you have the opportunity to now influence their decision if you really want to help them. If you really want to help them, follow these 4 things that I talked about, because I'm learning myself as I start to do more professional speaking. I'm starting to learn that it's not about me. It's not just about my story. My story is important for context, but what's important is what you are sharing with that person, and what's important is that person. Right? What's important is that person and what value that you can provide to them. Give them the value, and I guarantee you at some point in time, if it ain't today, sooner or later they're going to listen. You either can be an example or you can teach an example. Once again, it's another Curtspiration Doodle. You need some more of this juice, please subscribe to the channel below. Be a part of the notification gang. Hey. All my folks out there who want to be part of a more exclusive Curtis King community and you want to share your thoughts, be a part of the 1%, rappers and producers, rapper-nors and producer-nors, please go to curtiskingbeats.com/membership. And to go back at the topic at hand, my friend, share your experiences for how you have helped other people see the light within this industry, and you've taught them ways that got them to understand your point and what you're trying to get at. Share that with them. Share that with your peers. Leave it in the comments below. In this life, you will not be full of life. until you decide to live life to its fullest. Curtis King of CurtisKingBeats.com.
I can't listen to you.
When I listen to you, it's a liability, cause you be mentally killing my inner energy. So I'm concealing my feelings before you injure me.